gives me great pleasure to have to present this symbol of accomplishment to him and to thank him for the work he is doing.
Called black gold. There is plenty money in this business. By this time tomorrow, I'm going to buy a brand new chip. Chip? Next month, I'm going to buy a whole house. House? Yes. You need to show me the way. Show us the way. You mean you want to be rich? Oh yes. You want to level up? Oh yes. You see, the ones there, let's go and pack it. And after that, I will take you there. Let's go. Hello? Okay. So, sir, these people have started their operation again. I beg, send me 5 battalion FG guys. Thank you, sir. So, sir, you can buy everything you want to buy. I will buy a shop. You are under arrest. Your hand on your head. If you move, I move you. Let me warn you all. Anybody or community that is involved in vandalization of our oil pipeline will face the wrath of the law.
NNPC. We touch your lives in many positive ways.
Welcome to the highlights. Nigeria elevated to Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee JMMC. NNPC bags for awards at the 40th Kaduna International Trade Fair. The secret behind the more than sufficient availability of petrol in Q4 of 2018 is revealed. You need to know. 13-year IPCO dispute settled by NNPC Legal Division. These are all about the details shortly. Ministers of the 24-Nation Declaration of Cooperation, DOC, comprising 14 member countries of the petroleum exporting countries OPEC and 10 non-OPEC oil-producing countries, have announced the appointment of Nigeria as a member of the Joint Technical Committee JTC and Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee JMMC of the member countries of the DOC. The JMMC comprises 2 non-OPEC countries, namely the Russian Federation and Kazakhstan, and 6 OPEC countries, namely Algeria, Iraq, Kuwait, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Venezuela. This decision was reached recently in Baku, Republic of Azerbaijan. The elevation of Nigeria to the JMMC is in recognition of the key role Nigeria's minister and head of delegation to OPEC, Dr. Ibekachiku, played in the diplomatic shuttles and negotiations that led to the founding of the DOC in 2016. In accepting the offer from the JMMC, which needs to be ratified by the OPEC conference, Dr. Kachiku assured the committee of his continuous commitment and that of Nigeria to the processes that would lead to the stabilization of the oil market. Speaking in similar vein, the OPEC Secretary General, Dr. Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo, said that the JMMC had had a transformational impact on the global oil industry and had received the backing of other producers as well as consumers, stressing that it has broken long-standing barriers and turned a new glorious page in the history of oil. Meanwhile, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, has disclosed that the OPEC reference basket, ORB, rose by $2.54 or 4.0% month-on-month in March 2019, settling at $66.37 per barrel amid strengthening oil market fundamentals and improving market sentiments. This information was contained in the OPEC monthly oil market report released in April in Vienna, Austria. The report stated that oil market fundamentals were supported by the commitment of OPEC and participating non-OPEC countries to restore global oil market stability. It said crude oil futures prices extended gains in March, with both ICE Brent and NYMEX West Texas Intermediate WTI reaching their highest since last October amid uncertainties about the supply outlook from several regions. The report estimated the global economic growth projection at 3.6% for 2018. The sustained gale of corporate rebranding sweeping across the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has been taken a notch higher, with the corporation bagging 4 awards from the just concluded 40th edition of the Kaduna International Trade Fair. At the end of the trade fair, NNPC won, among others, the most consistent participant and most organized and planned stand. For organizing a flawless stand at the fair, the corporation's GMD, Dr. Mekanti Baru, gave commendation to the NNPC Group Public Affairs Division, headed by Ndu Amadu, saying it had put up an impressive show.
For putting up this impressive show at the NNPC Day at the fair, I would once again appreciate my Group Public Affairs Division with this impressive stand. Your contribution enabled NNPC to emerge the best exhibitor at the 39th exhibition of the fair last year. I have no iota of doubt that you would live up to your expectation again.
Dr. Mekanti Baru, who is the first GMD to actively participate in such fairs, pledged further participation to enlighten various stakeholders on the pivotal role of the corporation to the national economy.
40th Kaduna International Trade Fair is to identify with the chamber because they've been doing a great job, and also to enlighten the public about our activities, our achievements, our investment opportunities.
To the marine sustainability acquisition and expanding our reservoir engineering services. In terms of the coastal distribution to the water is playing the international role.
During his presentation at the fair entitled Consolidating the Interface Between Industry and Agriculture for Nigeria's Sustainable Development, the role of NNPC, stated that the National Oil Company would continue to provide the enablers for the actualization of Nigeria's massive agricultural potentials in line with the aspirations of President Muhammadu Buhari for the sector.
The NNPC is well aware of its roles in impacting positively on the government's initiative to encourage agriculture and agri-allied industries.
Presenting the awards to outstanding participants at the closing ceremony, the patron of Kaduna Chamber of Commerce, Mines and Agriculture, Katsima, Malam Abidu Yazid, commended the NNPC for the quality participation showcased as well as the innovation brought to bear at the fair.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has restated its commitment to the sustenance of the present seamless supply and distribution of petroleum products across the country. Group Managing Director of the corporation, Dr. Mekanti Baru, made this commitment during the NNPC Special Day at the 30th Enugu International Trade Fair. Dr. Baru assured that the present zero queues in the country would be sustained, especially as Easter approaches, adding that no fewer than 55 depots across the country were fully stocked with petrol. He explained that 23 depots in Lagos, 7 in Port Harcourt, 11 in Warri, 6 in Calabar, and 8 in Kaduna were stocked with petrol. Dr. Baru, who was represented by the Chief Operating Officer, Refining and Petrochemicals, Engineer Anibo Kraga, said that the ongoing rehabilitation of the nation's refineries was aimed at reducing importation of petroleum products and demand for foreign exchange in the country.
Value addition in our activities has helped ensure that Nigeria and our respective stakeholders benefit maximally from the exploitation of hydrocarbon resources to the country.
In his welcome address, President of the Enugu Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Sir Emeka Udeze, commended the NNPC for the stability in the supply and distribution of petroleum products in the country and its consistency in participating at the annual event.
We appreciate the ongoing work to make it fully functional. We think that what we are expressing there is talking for now.
As soon as I started university, every year I would get financial support from NNPC. And that went a long way in terms of helping me settle in school, buying school supplies, and making sure that I was comfortable in school.
NNPC, we touch your lives in many positive ways.
The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has said that 5.32 billion liters of petrol were imported into the country in the fourth quarter of 2018. The NBS disclosed this recently in its Petroleum Products Import and Consumption Truck-out statistics for fourth quarter 2018. It also reported that 1.3 billion liters of diesel, 114.19 million liters of kerosene, and 267.80 million liters of aviation fuel were imported during the period. In addition, the report indicated that 50.73 million liters of base oil, 40.38 million liters of bitumen, and 10.63 million liters of low-power fuel oil were imported. The NBS said 331.78 million liters of domestic gas were imported into the country in the quarter under review. The Bureau said the statewide distribution or truck-out volumes for fourth quarter showed that 5.17 billion liters of petrol were distributed nationwide.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has said its legal division has settled a 13-year dispute with International Petroleum Corporation, IPCO, resulting in a substantial saving of about 91.5% of liability from the case. Secretary to the corporation and legal advisor of the NNPC, Haja Hadiza Kumasi, said the corporation's legal division has contributed a lot to the bottom line of NNPC through winning of litigations and reducing to the barest minimum contingent liabilities.
There was a lot of commitment on the part of management. So all of this put together, including the very experienced team we had and the focus we had, were able to come to a settlement that at the end of the day really saved the corporation a lot of money.
Haja Hadiza stated that the legal division was also able to resolve the arbitration between the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, and Atlantic Energy Drilling Concept Nigeria Limited with an award of $1.6 billion in favor of NNPC.
I was delighted. It was good news to us that we were able to get $1.6 billion in favor of NNPC. And you know what that means in terms of, at the end of the day, what that will translate to.
The National Oil Company, NNPC, has called for collaboration with the military to ensure energy and economic security of Nigeria. NNPC Group General Manager, Corporate Planning Strategy, Mr. Balawunti, made this call during an educational visit of the officer cadets of the Department of Computer Science, Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, Kaduna, to the corporation's corporate headquarters in Abuja. Mr. Wunti said, as the National Oil Company in charge of managing the oil and gas resources of the country, NNPC faced a lot of challenges in terms of the security of oil and gas facilities and requires help from the military and all stakeholders to guarantee uninterrupted production and supply of petroleum products, as well as revenue flow to the nation's coffers.
For us in the oil and gas industry, we've been confronted with a lot of security challenges. To address those challenges, we cannot do it alone. And therefore, what we need to do today, and when we set the pace, is to further continue collaboration with the military.
Speaking on the reason for the visit, the registrar of NDA and leader of the team, Brigadier General Ibrahim M. Jallo, said as a degree-awarding institution, NDA was required by the National Universities Commission, NUC, to take its students on a field tour to expose them to the practical side of their training.
There is no better place for us to come and see the industry that is related to the computer science department in Nigerian Defense Academy than the NNPC.
Hello and welcome to the feedback segment of the program. I am Julia. Outer. Infrastructural Intervention Project is one of the ways the NNPC gives back to the society as a socially responsible organization. This week, the Integrated Data Services Limited, IDSL, a subsidiary of NNPC, is moving in that line with what you can see behind me.
Very recently, they came here, they built 10 lock-up shop for us here, built and completed by IDS and handed over to us. And during the commissioning, the MD also promised us access route to the market. You can see the interlocking that's entry here now. It was also done by IDS. And we also have water given to us by IDS over the years. When there are issues, they also go there to repair it.
Instead of going to the upper market or other market. So we find it very easy to buy here and go home easily.
We have been doing a lot, but specifically this lock-up store they built for the community recently. So it has helped the community to the greater extent.
We benefit a lot of things you have been doing for us. Through the market, we are enjoying it.
Like where we are standing now, 10 local shore and 4 toilets for Oko community. That's where we are standing now. And they equally give us water along Central and Omoma and along this Ogba Road.
The project so far, they assisted with water system. There are other projects they've done and we appreciate them.
We don't receive so many things, such as a grinding machine, tirolling, hairdresser. They don't give bring and come for us. And we still thank you now for the market we want to build for us.
The responses are quite inspiring. And that's the feedback segment for today. Please stay with us for the rest of the program.
Hello. Good to have you join us on yet another informative segment of the program. My name is Abigail Ojobo. Did you know that between 2008 and 2017, oil and gas exploratory success in sub-Saharan Africa was at least 45%? Did you know that between 2014 and 2017, there was a decline in exploration spend in the order of 70 to 80% within the African space due to oil price collapse? The oil price collapse appeared to have reshaped the global industry, with companies now focused on cost reduction and capital efficiency. Did you know that PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, and Rystad Energy predict a slow and then robust recovery at an average of 18% year-on-year over the next 12 years, with growth coming particularly from the East African region? Did you also know that up to 200 trillion cubic feet of gas, equivalent of more than 30 billion barrels of oil reserves, have been discovered in Mozambique? Now you know. Please don't go away. The rest of the program continues.
Hello and welcome to Global Crude Oil Outlook. Rising U.S. crude stocks have dragged oil lower, but prices continue to find a floor as the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries OPEC-led cuts and free-falling Venezuelan outputs tightened global supplies. Brent crude oil futures were at $71.13 per barrel, down 60 cents from their last close. U.S. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude oil futures were down 55 cents at $64.06 per barrel. U.S. crude inventories surged by 7 million barrels to a 17-month high of 456.6 million barrels last week, the Energy Information Administration said Wednesday. U.S. crude oil production remained at a record 12.2 million barrels per day, making the United States the world's biggest oil producer ahead of Russia and Saudi Arabia. U.S. gasoline stocks fell by a whopping 7.7 million barrels, sending U.S. RBOB up 3.5% from its close Wednesday. Tightening global oil supplies also kept a lead on further price losses. U.S. sanctions and power outages pushed OPEC member Venezuela's crude output to a long-term low of 870,000 barrels per day, the International Energy Agency said on Thursday, even lower than OPEC had reported the day before. Overall, output from the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, which has agreed with allies to withhold 1.2 million barrels per day of crude from the market since the start of 2019, fell 550,000 barrels per day in March to 30.1 million barrels per day, the IEA said. And that's it on this segment of the program. My name is Solomon Yopave.
My interaction with the Public Affairs Division through the payment of the scholarship, how they followed up with the school, the communication, it was timely, it was effective, it was efficient, it was professional, and honestly, it was top-notch. I really, sincerely, I didn't believe a Nigerian institution was able to operate at this level.
No panic to buy fuel for black market. NNPC go bring fuel for all motorists.
NNPC say them get fuel jabrata for ground. Saboteur. All of una where they tiff with fuel and petroleum station where they hot smuggle and divert our fuel go neighboring country. Plus people where they build small tank and sell fuel past our government price of 145 naira per liter. Stop am. Because why? Now big offense now. Now jail straight away. NNPC say our government no increase fuel price. Now still 145 naira per liter. So therefore no buy black market, no do panic buying. Enough fuel there we go round. Nigerians, if you see any petrol station where they sell fuel past our government price of 145 naira per liter, kia report to the nearest security agency when near you or the Department of Petroleum Resources. Na Ndu Ohamado, Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, NNPC, signed this message.
That's been this package of Oil and Gas Forum. We thank you for your stakeholdership. We hope you found it delightsome, especially the icing on the cake. The lucky number, if you missed it, check our social media platforms. Have yourself a jolly good week on behalf of NNPC. Right.